And we're off. This is it. This is June. This is
the June finale.
This is it, man. Galloping right into this week, Friday. We will have July 1st. It's crazy. July. We're in July.
End of the month. That's what I said last week. I was like, holy shit. Like, we're looking at next week and it's about to be over. Wild.
It, did the 6 month end of the 6 month tenure, if you will. Numbers are strong. Positivity going into the half. Let's roll with what we did this weekend. I am live from Hard Rock this morning. We'll talk about my speech on Friday, which went really, really well. But I'm here doing another speech this morning, so you may hear some noise in the background. My apologies. But let's start with you, my man. Great travels for you.
Yeah, we had a family travel weekend. We went up to Tampa. I was coming from James's house on Friday, which was really cool. Got to do the huddle and got to do some work. Went to a coffee shop that was absolutely fantastic there. And then we had a quince on Saturday. So we had the pool, we had the quince. And then we got in the car yesterday and we shot right back down on Sunday. And it's figuring out how to travel and the travel schedule with a 3-month-old to like figure out when the breastfeeding has to happen, when the pumping has to happen. We made a mistake on the way up there and we turned what should be like a 4-hour drive into a 7-hour drive. We were right on the way back and we made it back in 5 hours. So it was like, all right, got the scheduling right.
Very nice. Who thought that we would be talking about breastfeeding on the Daily
Huddle? But you never know what you're playing.
We got it all. So there was a great family picture of you, and you didn't only have a 3-month-old. There you are with your, what a beautiful family. Congratulations, my son.
Yeah,
Top left is the superstar who is out there playing golf this weekend, but he's living his best life for sure. He was out with the boys. I can tell you this, the sum of his weekend is he had McDonald's twice.
I remember those weekends. And I don't envy that.
I was like, oh boy.
Can't wait to see him.
And then a shout out to Ernest Jenkins, who we had lunch with. He ended our week on Friday afternoon. We met him. He is the VP of sales for Cigna. And what a cool dude. We had so much fun. So much. It was very cool. Really more social than business. And there's Jake.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear about the double McDonald's weekend, Jake.
So I did not know that Uber Eats would deliver McDonald's to my condo, our condo, at 1:15 in the morning.
So all right. If we're on this topic of food to eat in Tampa, if you were ever in Tampa, you need to go to a place called Chill Bros. They have unbelievable assortment of ice cream, but they had a vegan Oreo cookie ice cream that was oat milk and coconut milk. We ate an entire pint, and it was like no joke. James and I and Gabby, we sat down. The kids were in bed. We turned on Hustle on Netflix, which I highly recommend. Was a very, very good movie. And we ordered ice cream in to eat while we were watching the movie. And the next thing you know, we all looked at each other and the pints were gone. And it was like, wow, didn't mean to do that, but it was delicious.
Gotta love that. Is that available anywhere but Tampa? Or
I would bet not. Not.
It's a bummer. All right. Well, on that sour note, let's get to some wake up music. Good morning, Darren Turner. Darren Turner and I went to elementary school together. So he is now living in Boynton. He's a great, great graphic artist for anybody in the Huddle crowd that's looking for talent. That's the guy. Welcome, Darren. Let's get to some wake-up music because we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about.
Let's go.
Wake up, everybody! Get up! Get up! Get what you have to say. Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. No more about to thinking. Time for thinking ahead. Come on now.
Okay, so tomorrow's my birthday. I'm not generally like a big birthday guy, but this is a good conversation to have. I started getting cards in the mail. Jay showed me. I mean, so this is unbelievable. Maria Permageo, she was great. A couple of great, Chris.
Chris Pollock, I love that.
Sends me a house key, a Jets house key. He said, just go get it matched to and you'll have a Jet house key. I never even thought of that. It's a really cool, and that is him on the birthday card. So that is a guy who's doing things differently.
No doubt.
The top right, how about this? The ladies of the American Cancer Society made a donation in my name to the Joe DiMaggio Hospital.
Very cool. That is a great gift.
So my question to you, Dr. Nudelberg, as busy as we are, all the things going on, what's the power of a handwritten note? Randy Ostrow.
Yeah, it's everything, or a video. Like I just shot a birthday video to somebody that I hadn't talked to in months.
Nope. That's not the question. The question is, because video is technology, and I happen to think it's cool and it's quick and it's convenient. You got to plan to write a card to land before my birthday.
Especially to land before the birthday. Like you got not to get there before or on the birthday is definitely special. And I don't think there's a touch that is more personal than that. But like, I don't know. To me, showing up in video on the birthday, like early in the morning with a text, that to me is if I've got your cell phone number, you can bet that on your birthday, there's a video coming from me saying happy birthday, have a great day, even if I haven't talked to you in a long time.
So great. I think it's a great topic. I think it's ways to show up different, which leads us to Friday. I had the honor to speak at BizDev 22. Now here's a young guy, Donald Kelly, who is out there making his way in the, training and coaching world, and reaches out to me and said, dude, I've been following you for 10 years. Like, you're the godfather of this thing. Would you come speak at my event? And number one, flattered. Number two, like, wow, not going to agree with everything that everybody says at your event. If you're cool with me coming to kick it off, I'll do it. So I went. I got super jacked up. First guy on stage was a guy from LinkedIn. And he goes through all of this stuff about Sales Navigator, and he did have an underlying theme about trying to make it personal. He did address the AI thing, but at the end of the day, he was trying to sell Navigator. Right. And I got up right after him. Shay, show the pictures of the event. The place was very into what I had to say, because I started out by saying, listen, no offense, but that guy that just was up here, I don't do anything that he does that he just said to do. And I have a multi-million-dollar coaching practice. So I was telling that to some friends this weekend, and they were like, dude, that's fucking cold, man. I was like, but I mean, listen, but people reacted to what I said because it was real. It was not mumbo jumbo. It was not theory. And I rewrote that presentation to get into all of the things that people need to get off. So I was super flattered. There's one story from it that I want to dig deep into, because one of the things I talk about all the time is mentorship. I didn't do it alone. I'm not standing on any kind of pedestal going, look at me and look at what I did. Right. I'm saying thank you for all the people who sent the elevator back down to get me when I asked. And I told stories like that. Well, this you can't make up. 6 years ago, I am headed to Orlando to speak to Amy Olette's team for Bank United. And I'm still working with Amy, so shout out to her. And a lot of her people are here from Bank United. I saw this guy putting out some crazy shit on LinkedIn, following him. So I didn't reach out to sell him anything, obviously, but he was in the copier space. He's calling himself the copier warrior. And I just knew that the guy was saying, I don't care what you say. I'm doing what I'm going to do. So I reach out and I say to him, hey, I'm going to be speaking in Orlando. Why don't you come be my guest? Well, bullshit. Ask me anything you want. I said, I've already kind of did it, you know. So he does. That gentleman's name is Dale Dupree. Dale Dupree shared the stage with me Friday. And so I told this story to everybody. He was howling from the back. That is the GOAT right there. Because he asked me, he said, I want to break out of what I do. I want to learn how to do what you do. Will you teach me? And I said, hell yeah. And so the word of the day, 2 words of the day are mentorship works. You don't have somebody mentoring you, and whether you're paying for it, asking for it, whatever, this is real shit. You know, I think successful people send the elevator back down. All you got to do is
1,000%.
Some of the people I get paid for, some of the people I won't. But here's the other part of it. Donald Kelly put 13 other people in his profession on stage.
Yep.
Like, if you're not living in a world of abundance, you're not doing that. You're scared shitless. Like, oh, I could lose.
These are all my
business.
Competitors. Sure.
Right. You know, so I opened up by saying that to everybody. Give this dude a round of applause because he is so filled with abundance. He's got stuff coming, and he could not have been more gracious about having me there. I said, dude, let's grab dinner. Same thing I did for Dale. So, you know, I thought it was an overriding theme that I get the honor to give my knowledge to people. Whether they do it or not is on them. But what an unbelievable feeling. And then all the things that were written. Shay, show me Dale Dupree, please. There he is. And so he wrote in his copy that when his father passed, he wasn't sure how he was going to get through it. And he goes, there's nobody who could have been anything close to my dad, you know. And then this dude sends me a message, which is me.
Yeah.
And I couldn't have been more flattered. So
he was, I mean, and Dale's a great dude. And he talks in his content, he talks a lot about losing his dad. But I thought it was really interesting what he said, because when he was looking for mentorship, he was reaching out to his inner circle, right? And he could feel the people within his inner circle trying to influence the way his dad would influence him. And he was like, and it was just 2 people were trying to be him and they couldn't be him. Then he met you, who was being you and just genuinely giving some information and giving some help and giving some guidance. And look at what happened to him. Now he's sharing a stage with you. He's got a very cool business that he runs. You know, he's got his Rebel Rebellion or Sales Rebellion going on. So good stuff. Really good.
And clearly nothing I would do. And so the takeaway message for everybody was be you. Do what's comfortable for you. Take one piece of what all those 13 people were talking about. Don't take mine as the gospel. Learn a piece from me, marry it to something else, tie it together with a third thing, and all of a sudden you have your own process that works.
One more comment on mentorship, because I was listening to a podcast last night where Chris Peterson was on. Chris Peterson was the head coach at Boise State. Then he was the head coach at the University of Washington. And at the pinnacle of his career, he walked away from coaching. Just said, hey, I'm packing it up. I'm getting out. And he had some great insights into why he did that. But a part of what he had talked about was most coaches don't think they need coaches, and everybody needs a coach. Everybody needs a mentor. And he said that. He goes, whether you have to pay for it or whether you know somebody good enough within your world that will do it for you for free, everybody has to have that, because you need perspective. The easiest thing to lose is perspective of what's happening in your life. And what coaches are great at are helping you keep your perspective and keep you growing, which coming from a guy who was an unbelievable at the pinnacle of his career at the very top, walked away to say, I've lost my perspective, went out to go find that. And then who knows what he does from now on.
I mean, really, really well said. And, you know, the whole thing is I do an event like that. I get bombarded with people. Best thing I've ever seen. Unbelievable. Right. Can I take a picture with you? You could really leave and believe that bullshit, you know, and say, wow, I'm really better.
Right.
And you know what I did? I went home and started writing again.
Right back to work.
Because the shit's flowing out of me. So really, really cool. I have some great motivational music, which should put in your head, this is what we came for.
Baby, this is what you came for. Lightning strikes every time she moves, and everybody's watching her, but she's looking at you.
I'm done. Goodbye.
So, baby, let's go.
So first of all, what a way to light up a Monday. If you can't tell already, I am super juiced. But our man Seth Godin drops another bomb, and he talks about the title of the segment was When You Feel Like It. It's possible to create a life where we only perform tasks when we feel like it. So this goes on to talk about commitments and stuff like that. But Mark, do you always feel like doing what we do?
No. And
No.
I think that
no.
So the movie that I watched this weekend, Hustle, was fantastic. I mean, fantastic. And it's a story about a coach who's been in the business for a long time, finds a young talent and trains him to become an NBA player. And that was what it was all about. Like, 4 a.m. He talks about it. He's like, Kobe made famous 4 a.m. So he buys him a pair of Kobe shoes and say, we're going to be getting up at 4 a.m. And you watch him push him through all of these times when you don't feel like doing it. But every time you don't feel like doing it, that's when really good shit happens. That's when the growth happens. And you could relate that to going to the gym when you're tired and you're exhausted and you're like, I just got to do it one more time. And you get up and go do it and you feel yourself push yourself beyond a boundary. Or it's when you don't feel like doing prospecting, or you don't feel like, connecting with that next person or having the next conversation, and you shift your mindset and you go, I'll just do one more. Or we talked about the saying, well, I'll quit tomorrow, right? No, I'll take a break tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll get that rest. And you just say, I'll delay it one more day, and it changes.
So the stuff I started writing about over the weekend, Friday into Saturday into Sunday, and I mean, I was deep, was our preclusion to be negatively biased. It is hardwired in our brains. Yeah. It's a physical thing. It is, we are programmed negative. 70% of our thoughts, I think it's higher, are going to go negative. So you need to create the cycles that keep you getting better. And he has it. We end up changing our attitude and our energy precisely for one reason, because we said we would.
Right.
So I listened to Jocko this morning. Jocko had a podcast where he was talking about somebody was like, said, you're not sensitive to me and da-da-da-da-da. You're always telling people to man up. Well, what happens if we grew up in a family that didn't have discipline and whatever? And he's like, dude, it has nothing to do with your parents. It has nothing to do with anything. It has everything to do with you. You make a choice. You have those choices. So, for me, unbelievable mindset is all of it. What you decide to do and what you decide to get is exactly what you get. I mean, it's so
exactly
fascinating. Last takeaway, and this is a really good lesson to people. Shay, put up the Seth Godin again, if you would. So I read this thing, and the last word, the last sentence is, this is one reason why a long vacation could leave us in a torpor. Left to our own devices, we skid to a halt. So you know what's coming next. Mark,
what does the word torpor mean?
The fuck is torpor?
Well, so, SATs would have. I figured when I read that, I didn't go look it up because I was like, I got an idea of what it means. Context.
So for me, the lesson here, and I talk about this all the time, if you read something, hear something, someone says something, and you don't know it, what is the number one thing to do, my son?
Go look it up.
Ask about it, right? That's all I did was Google it. What is torpor? I now have a new word in my vocabulary. I may or may not ever use it, but my commitment to learn and get 1% better every day.
Yep.
Dude, I did it. So today, look for your aha moment. Look for the learning. Look for the word, the concept. What you don't know, you can find out. Man,
and that thing you don't feel like doing, just do one more. Just do one more. Just one.
It's so what was interesting, again, with all of this military stuff that I'm doing with Colonel Waldo Waldman and stuff, is like, when you're in the military, they don't give a shit what you think. You know what? I don't really think I want to do that today. Why don't we try this?
Right.
Pick it up. You got marching orders. That's the way it is. That's the way you're going to live.
You do or you don't. That's it.
That's right. And what last takeaway, because Friday, I've been struggling with my neck. I got a problem with my neck. And I said to the boys, I was hurt. No, I was injured. But I'm not hurt.
Right.
I still got on stage. I got through it.
Invert. You're hurt. You're not injured. Right.
Whatever.
The injured go on a list. The injured go off on another part of the field.
I'm playing.
You've lost your ability to be a part of the team for a while until you're no longer injured. That, sir, 1,000% correct. Is you were hurt and you played hurt. Tape your ankles and let's go.
I played hurt. I'm going. I'm in. Put me in, coach. I talked to 100 HR managers for Seminole Hard Rock around the country. They are all here. They're all waiting for me, and I am going to knock their socks off.
Have a great day. Let's go. We'll see you tomorrow.
Please don't worry about me. I'm about to let my heart speak. My friends keep telling me to leave this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night.